Hello everyone, and welcome to another horror time-lapse review with me, Angela of Morbid Heart Designs. Today we're going to be talking about a movie called The Witch from 2015. What you see before you is Black Phillip. I had no idea until Rose City Comic Con 2019 that Black Phillip even had a following. I had somebody ask if I had any Black Phillip art or if I knew where the Black Phillip Funko might be in the entire convention. I was like, I don't know, but I know who Black Phillip is, which made the person I spoke with really happy that I even knew who she was talking about. So if you're listening to this, I want to say thank you for inspiring me to do this one because it's been on my mind since we talked, and I'm finally gotten around to drawing this, coloring this, time-lapsing it, and watching The Witch, which despite how weird I thought it was the first time, I do think it's a really well done movie. So I'm really glad to sit down and give this one a second chance. Now this is a movie a lot of thought went into. There's a lot of historical references, a lot of the dialogue is pulled from the time period, so it's not our modern way of speaking, but it is legit to the people who came across the ocean from England and the way they spoke, which was a really cool way to pull you into a different time period, since this is basically a historical piece. And to help keep it authentic for the movie viewing experience, the casting actually took place in England, so they are legit English accents that you hear. To help with it feeling more authentic and in the time, this movie was basically all natural light, and if you were inside, it was candlelight, which was a great way to add some level of uncomfortableness and little creepiness to it than I would have ever thought about doing. I think it came off really well in the cinematography. The music really adds to this movie. It makes you extremely uncomfortable from the get-go with some of the way it is played off-key, and it stays that way throughout the whole movie. However, you do adjust to it. You don't notice after a while, it just makes you uncomfortable. I really do like how the plot evolves in this story. It's very much a story about a family in a new territory where they don't know anything, and the isolation that they feel, what can develop into the hysteria, and how the religion of the time period greatly influenced people. It's very disturbing. The historical aspects of what people thought witchcraft is or was pulled into it, and how it created fear in the characters. You could have some level of the witch trials where children are pretending to be possessed, and it really added to the hysteria and made it brought back to me stories of the Salem witch trials and the possibilities that could have happened there. This is another movie that won a lot of awards, and it justifiably does deserve it. Several different festivals it won Best Movie. Our main actress, Anya Taylor-Joy, also won several awards for her character in this. She did a brilliant job. This movie was nominated for over 100 awards and won like 40 some odd of them. I don't see anything talking about the costumes, which are very historically accurate to the point where they're even made out of the same materials that clothes were back in the time period that this movie took place in. I feel like that is unfortunate because there's so much work that went into making the costumes and they are so well done. But a lot of the awards are just around the acting, the cinematography, the writing, just it being best movie overall for the horror genre. This movie does have a lot of subtle horror. It is one I definitely feel you would benefit from paying attention to. It's not a do other things while you watch movie. It is a little slower as things build up, but that goes along with the isolation that the family experiences, and it's really what adds to everything as it happens. The ending is crazy. I will say, the ending made me laugh out loud in theaters. My friends and I, we all literally laughed. If you've seen it, you probably know why. I won't say it because it's not extremely of an old movie, but you probably should have seen it already if you like horror movies. But let me know if you watch it and you laugh at the end too, because I couldn't help it. I do feel this movie does leave me questioning the meaning of the movie. Is it about a coming of age story? Is it about how isolation affects you, how religion can warp your perception on life. Like, there's so many possible meanings out of this movie that I can't get a moral of the story. There's very few deaths that actually take place in this movie, but just for the craziness of the scene, I'll have to go with Caleb's death. He becomes possessed, quotations, we don't really know, by a witch and basically goes crazy. And it's almost like this Shakespearean moment that is just like, wow. And the kid was so committed to the role and the death, and the family's all around committed to what's going on. They want him to survive. They think, oh, he might be okay now. And then no, he's not. He just basically in this delirium flat out dies. A fucked up thing, like everything about that scene. And there's so much going on that you're just going crazy watching it. From a filmmaking perspective, this movie does deserve a 5 out of 5 zombieverse. So there you have my thoughts on The Witch. I absolutely love Black Phillip, even though he's an evil fucker. We'll go ahead and end this video, and I'll see you next week. From my dark heart to yours, have a wonderful day, and please don't die before my next video.